G'day ladies and gents, my name is Locked and welcome back to the channel guys, and in today's video I have something a little bit different. So in today's video I'm playing some Total War. This is Total War Rome 2. Not a particularly new game, but I only just got it for Christmas, so I've only had it for a few months. And I wanted to share with you this battle that I just played. I'm currently playing a campaign as Sparta, and we're currently in defense of this little town here. And I thought this match was so epic that I just had to share it with you. So today we're playing as Spartans, as the Spartans against the forces of Seleucid, or the what is it called? The Seleucian Empire? Would it be called the Seleucian Empire? I'm not sure. I'm going to call them the Seleucian Empire. Please don't kill me, history guys. So first, I want to give you some background story about this, how this battle came to be. So I'm currently leading a campaign against Seleucid at the moment. I'm expanding into Asia and the Middle East, and this is the town of Samosata, I believe it's pronounced, S-A-M-O, whatever. I can't spell. I'm illiterate, as you guys would probably know by now. I'll leave the name up on screen though. So yeah, I'm leading my campaign east, pushing against the eastern factions, and Seleucid is in my way of getting to the Indian Ocean. So basically, I am campaigning against them. Now, this wasn't originally their town. Originally, this town was in control by Media. And Media had a massive army here. It was pretty damaged from versing Pergamon. But it was still quite a large army, so we came through and we took it, and we took some pretty heavy casualties actually. Most of our Spartans here have less than 100 men left in them, but they mainly took the brunt of the hits in that battle. Most of our archers and such are still fully stocked up on men. So due to my army being weak, Seleucid decided to attack. And not with one army. This isn't just the only army here. In about a few seconds, we'll actually see if they can find them over here. They haven't spawned in yet, no. There's another Seleucid army coming from this direction. Both have over 20 units, 2,000 men per army. And my army only has about 1,600. So, yeah, the chances aren't really in our favor right now. So let's go over the armies. So first off with the Seleucid army, the first army has a large quantity of Eastern Spearmen, as well as I think 4 units. Yeah, 4 units of Levy Pikemen, as well as 4 units of Hillmen, some Eastern Slingers, and some Citizen Cavalry, as well as their general. I'm going to have a crack at pronouncing this. Hellenic Cataphracts? I think that's it. Some shock cavalry basically, and that's most of their army. That's all their army. Fuck, what am I saying? God damn it. Yeah, so this is all their army right here. For my army, I've gone with fucking 4 units of Helot archers, 2 blocking the main path into the city, and 2 covering my rear. I have 2 units of Spartan pikemen here in pike wall formation covering my ass, because I wasn't sure where the second army was coming from. It turns out they do come over here. And then I have 3 and 6, that's what, 9 units of Spartan hoplites as well. Actually no, 8 units of Spartan hoplites, and oh wait, no, yeah, 9 units of Spartan hoplites, and 1 unit of Royal Spartans with my general. Where is he? Probably that guy there. Next up, I've got my Tarentine Cavalry. This is a skirmish cavalry. So basically, you want to hammer and anvil these guys. These guys carry javelins and swords. And I found out from this battle, actually, that they're decent at melee. They are medium missile cavalry, so they do have somewhat of armor. But I found whenever I used them in open battle, they just ran out of javelins really quickly and proved ineffective at range. So I'm now using these guys as melee cavalry to sort of hammer and anvil enemy forces. And I've got these guys dismounted and acting as archers for my right flank here, because I thought the Seleucid army was going to come over in this direction. It did not. And last but not least, we have 2 units of giant Greek ballistas. Now, if you look at the town's layout at the moment, we can go to a bird's eye view here and zoom down a little bit more. I wanted basically to create as many choke points as I could. So there are 4 areas here where the armies could come from. They can come from over here. I don't have the drawing tools. I don't know how to turn them on. I'm sorry. But they could come basically from over here, over here, over here, or over here, or that way as well. So basically, I wanted to block off as many choke points as I could. Because I know the army is already here, I decided to deploy most of my troops on this main pathway into the city, with another large quantity of my hoplites and Tarentine cavalry on my right, just to make sure that they don't flank around. Also because I thought the second army was coming up here. Now, I did leave this choke point open, because at first I didn't realize that the Seleucid army was coming over this direction, and they could actually come up over here into the main plaza. I knew this army over here couldn't move up because there are rocks here, and you can't move from this direction because there is a massive cliff. So I thought this way would be safe. Turned out it wouldn't. It turns out that it isn't entirely as safe as I wanted it to be, but we'll see what happens with that. So yeah, my plan was just to hold down the plaza. Spartans have basically have a very good ability where they can just hold the line so well. They have incredible morale. I actually just went back and replayed this battle, and I lost 2 Spartan units. I did worse off for many reasons. Because they wouldn't retreat. None of my Spartans ever retreated, even though they only had like 2 men left in some of the units. So Spartans do not retreat, and they are very good because they are hoplites. They are very good at holding the line. So using these choke points to my advantage, the Seleucids have to just rush on in. Or that's what I'm hoping for. Even if they try to, they'll try throwing cavalry, they will throw archers, they will throw everything they got into these lines, and they will not get through. Now, how does this apply to my giant Greek ballistas? Well, basically, this plaza isn't very big, and I can't deploy my ballistas over this sort of area here, even though I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it doesn't let me do that. So I had to deploy them in this direction, which only faces the one army. Now my second unit, I also couldn't deploy anywhere else, so I had to deploy it in this area, and this will prove a very big mistake. These guys are pretty much ineffective. They'll get like 2 volleys off, and then they can't fire because the other ballistas are in the road, and I can't move them because they're giant Greek ballistas. After this, I actually disbanded my giant Greek ballistas and went back to regular ballistas. Just for the maneuverability and the fact that they are not so fucking huge. So anyway, guys, let us begin with the battle. Let's go down to the general speech here. This is a really good cinematic shot I figured out while I tried to do a recording of this earlier, but I just really fucked up. So I really love this. So the men are cheering. Boom! First volley out. I think that was an awesome... that's actually the thumbnail for this video. You guys probably could see that already. So the Seleucid army is moving forward. They are running their troops, which will actually be quite a costly mistake on their behalf. I am playing this campaign on regular, or normal I should say, because this was my first ever campaign. I've also got a campaign going at the moment as the Iceni, or the Britannic tribes. And I've also got a campaign as Rome, and also as, I think, the Avenai. Alright, second army is coming in. And it looks like we got mostly the same units. A lot more Eastern Spearmen, and a lot less Pikemen, only 2 units of Pikemen. But we only have 2 units of Hillmen in this army, but we have a lot more missile units. 2 units of Javelinmen, 2 units of Eastern Slingers, as well as some mercenary Camel Spearmen, and some light cav, and some royal politas, as well as some ballistas, which will prove very effective soon. Let's get it back over to the main fight. The Seleucid Hillmen just here took a massive hit from my ballista. You can still see some of the men burning. They'll take another hit soon. I honestly thought that these guys were going to phase through the rocks up here. Rome 2 is quite buggy at times. There's a very good volley there by the ballistas. So I thought they were going to phase through the rocks and go up through here. They didn't. They're just going to come up and around. Now, this was a really good tactic by the Seleucids here. This embankment here stops my ballistas from really getting their troops. That we can't aim down far enough to get shots over this embankment and down the side. So they hold back their army mostly here. However, we do have a detachment of the Seleucid army moving in on my right flank. And what's even worse is they're being led by the 2 units of pikemen. However, as you can see, these pikemen are now winded. As you can see, their men are sort of, what is the frame rate at the moment? About 50 frames a second. These guys are pretty tired. I order my Tarentine cavalry here to engage the pikemen before they can get in pike wall formation. Pikemen are very deadly in this formation. Nothing will kill them, even hoplites. This is actually how Macedon conquered Sparta with these pikemen units with their Macedonian phalanx, because the Spartans just couldn't reach the enemy to kill them. Their spears weren't long enough. So the pikemen, I engage them before they get into pike wall formation. However, they just do in a minute here, and I pile in the rest of my Spartans. The other unit of pikemen is moving in, as well as a charge from the citizen cavalry and eastern spearmen, as well as some hillmen coming up. And I believe there is a unit of, Persian hoplites in here as well. Over on this flank, we have been charged by cavalry, or are about to be charged by cavalry. The cataphracts are going to be charging in a minute. The pikemen are making a big mistake here, and they're actually stopping. Pikemen, while in this, are very susceptible to archer fire. They die a lot quicker than any other infantry type, so they're just standing there is proving very costly for them. Group of citizen cavalry is starting to move around the right flank. If I am correct, I'll engage in a minute. More units are moving in to take on the Spartans. The pikemen are now engaging my Tarentine cavalry, and this is where I found out that they are actually good at killing units in close range. Except for that guy. That guy died. The shock cavalry has come in against my Royal Spartans and Spartan hoplites. They've killed a few Spartans in the initial charge, but I mean, you can't charge spearmen head on, really. Helot archers are bombarding the enemy as much as they can. And on this flank, we now have the second Seleucid army beginning to engage. Again, they've ran their units the whole way from the edge of the map to here. So they are very tired. Look at these guys. They're barely alive at the moment. So that is going to play a huge role in my victory here. Also, I forget to mention, the cataphracts are now starting to rout. Their general was in this unit, and their general is now dead. So the first army has taken a massive morale hit, especially since they're all exhausted. And this is going to prove a very, very good thing for my army. I don't know. So I moved 2 of my Spartan hoplites over on my left flank, to try and counteract the Seleucid army over here, and these 2 Spartan units are all able to stop this. There's a shot from my ballista that just took out my Spartan hoplites, you fucking morons. But, oh my god. They're able to absolutely just wreck these guys. It is holding the line extremely well here. I apologize if my frame rate is being really bad. Now, over here, so they sent some Eastern Spearmen against my pikemen, and these guys absolutely just get wrecked by my pikemen. This is what happens when you charge pikemen, even as infantry. Horses is a lot deadlier. So, the ballistas are getting in firing position, same with the Eastern Slingers, with the Politas bringing up the rear. They've been walking and running at the same time, so they're pretty energetic at the moment. Same with the Slingers, so they're not going to lose as much morale. Over my right flank, the enemy is starting to rout. We've routed both units of Hillmen, or 2 units of Hillmen. The mercenary Hillmen is still in, as well as the Eastern Spearmen. We've completely annihilated the Persian hoplites, as well as the the two citizen cavalry units, which are both about to rout due to my Tarentine cavalry dismounted, being able to actually kill them all. I was expecting these guys to rout really quickly because they are skirmish units, but they're able to hold their own very well against the cavalry. And just like that, the right flank is basically won on our side. The center, again, the Seleucid army, I don't know what's going on with the AI here, but they've just held back their troops, moved them in with the pike formation like this, and then fallen back just to take casualties from my archers. This unit of Spartan hoplites has taken pretty heavy casualties. I think these guys were the ones that got bombarded as well. And they're about to be engaged by very, very tired Eastern spearmen here that are shaken. I moved over a unit of Helot archers to melee these guys. These guys are out of ammo, so might as well. Now that my right flank is secure, I'm moving over my hoplites to assist in the left flank. This is an absolute massive charge on their part, but we are still winning. One of their cav units has routed fully. We have some pikemen in the back here. They're not going to be able to do anything because there's so many friendly units around. And actually, they're mostly starting to retreat now. Again, the AI, because the AI ran through and ran their men all the way from the border of the map, their men are just completely tired and can't fight. Over here, this is where I make a bit of a micromanaging mistake. My Helot archers, for starters, are firing flame arrows at point blank range. Not very good. But the ballistas and the archers over here are focusing on my pikemen. And because, like I said, pikemen, like there you go, pikemen are not very good at taking ranged fire. They don't have the shields when in this formation to deflect shots, and there's some more ballista rounds going in there. So these guys, I accidentally leave them here in this formation and forget about them, micromanaging this front and this front. Moves my Tarentine cavalry over here though to try and assist in taking down these guys. And my Helot archers, I think this is a bug as well. Point blank range. I mean, come on, guys. You're killing some of them, but like, they're absolutely murdering you. Like, God. So the Congo train of retreating Seleucid forces start pouring out of the left flank. They're going to be heading off in that direction somewhere. I just love this shot. Just like retreating men. It's just beautiful. Spartans are continuing to hold the Persians at bay. Not the Persians, the Seleucids at bay. As you can see. I believe I've moved over some Tarentine cavalry over here as well. So they're engaging in melee now as well. Look at all these hillmen, they're exhausted. This guy just took a massive hit. Come on. You can defeat 3 hillmen. You can do it. Are these guys retreating? Oh no, they're not. Oh yeah. Some pretty bloody fighting going on over here. Over on my center flank, I've sallied out my Spartan hoplites. They've engaged some pikemen here, but it looks like they're able to get into close proximity and actually destroy them. My Helot archers here begin to rout because they too are in melee combat with pikemen. My Spartan forces over here have engaged the Eastern Slingers, and they're going to be routing soon. Spartan hoplites are going to flank the pikemen, and then these guys are going to sally forth and take out the rest of these pikemen and slingers over here. Again, over on the left flank, the second Seleucid army is being completely devastated by the Spartans. The fact that they're all exhausted is just... They just crush them, their ability to fight, really. My forces are also exhausted, or pretty tired at least. Oh shit, that guy just got axed. But these guys are holding on really well. Like I said, Spartans do not retreat. It's like the hot gates of Thermopylae. Now over here, the Royal Polices engage my pikemen. At this point, all my pikemen, which are all these guys over here, are basically dead. So there's not a lot of pikes in the wall anymore, so they can hold back the Polices, and some of my Spartans start to rout. Yeah, I wasn't talking about pikemen when I said Spartans don't rout. Just saying. Disclaimer. Nah, it's alright. So, again, a bit of micromanaging. I forgot to get my Helot archers to be put on guard mode. The rest of the Spartan hoplites engage the levy pikemen before they can do the pike wall. They're now in and they start to rout. The second Congo line of retreating Seleucids is on its way out. Let's go over here and check this out. We have 8 seconds left in the battle. And that's it, guys. So it was a costly victory. We lost a lot of men in this battle, but I mean, this battle, and I obviously made a lot of mistakes in micromanagement here. This is my first ever campaign, but I don't see how this could not have been a costly victory. I mean, the Seleucids outnumbered us 10-1, basically. Or actually, that's probably about 2-1. So there really was no, like, I saw the statistics. I had absolutely no way of winning this battle before I started it, but I decided to jump on in and see if I could actually do something to prevent this from being a loss, and I did. So anyway, guys, let's look at the results. So we had over 16,000 Spartans deployed and lost nearly half our army. It was a very costly battle, but it was a victory in the end, and we were able to restock our men in 2 turns. So really, and like, my economy right now is going ballistic. So we have replacements, you know what I'm saying. Tarentine cavalry did take a huge hit, but they killed a lot of men, 105, and a lot of that would be cavalry as well. The Seleucids, like I said, deployed over 4,000 men in 2 armies. Their mistakes here, the AI probably was a glitch, but just the advancing and then retreating, advance, retreat, just sort of allowed my archers just to mow down the Seleucid forces. As well as the fact that a lot of these forces do not have very good morale. Eastern spearmen, which made up the bulk of the second army, are not renowned for their morale. In fact, I think they've been rated the worst units in the game by many people, by many experienced Total War players. And again, with a lot of their pikemen units, they just sat there and allowed me to shoot at them with their archers. Their cavalry, they pushed in way too early. They completely just charged in to my spears. So there was a lot of mistakes on both sides, I reckon. Anyway, guys, I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. And if you want to see some more Total War replays and stuff, I've got a bunch of them. Yep, I got a bunch of them saved up. And if you want to see them, let me know in the comments and also in the likes and stuff. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next video.